Alright, YouTube. I haven't made a video in a minute, but I've been working. Got a buddy of mine's Regal in here right now. Show y'all this stuff. This is a front wheel drive 3100 motor out of a Buick Century, maybe. They make an adapter plate to turn the motor. These motors are in a front wheel drive car sideways. They make an adapter plate to turn it around, bolt to a turbo 400 or a turbo 350 transmission. It's a turbo, custom made turbo mounts and piping, intercooler piping. It's not finished. It does run and drive, but it runs a little rough. It needs a tune. It doesn't have a full exhaust on it, so it doesn't have the proper back pressure that it needs. Then it's a wiring. It needs all the wires cleaned up, but it's in there. It runs, drives. But like I said, it don't run real well. It's got to get tuned and got to get a few things done to it, but I guess it's something different. He wanted to go a different route. This is just a regular. This was a V6 Regal. It's been painted for a while. We actually painted this car a while back. I don't know who's been wet sanding on it, but somebody's been wet sanding on it. He cut them vents in there to make it look like a T-type because he has a T-type hood. The vents is inside of the car somewhere. But it's a T-top car. Got the American Racing. I think these are 20-inch American Racing wheels on it. T-top is rusted. But he hasn't got the parts to fix that. He don't want to spend the money. I don't know. The car is a nice car though. Tinted tail lights. Got the custom plate 6-banger. But I got it in here doing floor pans in it. I got the front floor pans in there. He actually ordered some replacement front floor pans from I think Original Parts Group maybe is the one who made these pans. I mean, they're pans, I guess. It saved me from doing a lot of work, but I'm not gonna say they're the best quality pans I done seen. They work, they get the job done. I got them in there. The passenger side was a lot shorter. You see where it cuts off there, where this one, how long this one was. So it's like this one was probably an extra 5-6 inches longer than that one. I don't know why, but it was rusted all the way to the cross brace. So I had to put a patch panel, just sheet metal in there to fill this area here. It's all in there though. It's got to get seam. I got to get up under the car and tack it in on the bottom too. I always like to tack the bottom in because I leave a little gap here of material so the pan lays against it. And I always like to get on the bottom, bang that material up and tack it all the way around the bottom as well. Then I seam seal everything from the bottom and the top. That way you don't have to worry about no problems. He did not order pans for the back. The back was bad too. Not as bad as the front. So I actually got to use the bead roller today. This is really the first time I ever used it. It didn't turn out too bad actually. I just cut out that rust. Usually, it's like a drain plug there. I just did away with that. I don't really see the reason why they're even in here from the factory. It's something to do with the molding process. They had a drain plug in there to let the sand out. But yeah, I mean, for my first time using the bead roller, I don't think it turned out too bad. It's strong. It gave it some stability. I got to replace this side too. You can see this side is rusted out. So I got my metal cut. The damn air compressor kicked on, so it's gonna be hard for you guys to hear me. But let me show you. Got my metal cut right here. So this is just 18 gauge steel. And all I did was just take a Sharpie. I set this piece down in there. I got got it to where how I want it to fit down in there. And I just took my Sharpie, and you can see the factory body lines, and I just try to mimic them, what I feel like it would look like. There's actually one that comes down over here, but it doesn't come all the way over, so I'm just gonna make that down so it meets up here a little better. Go ahead and roll it out on the bead roller. I bought the bead roller a long time ago, and actually never really got around to using it because it's kind of big, and I bought it for my Malibu just when I started doing all of the panels on my Malibu, and like I said, I just never used it. But I'll take you guys over here and show you. It's gonna be loud because it's right next to the air compressor, but it came with one die. It's from Eastwood. It's their motorized one. Yeah, it's real loud over here, but I'll just show y'all what it is. It's by Eastwood. Foot pedal. Came with one die. They got a million options as far as different dies you can buy and add to them. I got the Eastwood shrinker and stretcher combo. It's the small one, but it actually does real good. I didn't get to make a video for this Malibu. This Malibu came in. This Malibu had a quarter rag top on it. The customer came in. He wanted to get the car painted back white, and he complained that his trunk was leaking. He has a stereo system in the trunk. Trunk was always all the time wet. Everything was complaining that the trunk kept getting wet. So once we pulled the vinyl top off of the car, it literally pulled all of this metal out. All of this is rebuilt. I put all new metal in there. The window frame here, this whole window frame had been patched previously by somebody else. I don't know who worked on this car before, but they had patched this window frame. They did like a half-assed job. So the water was just running down. The back window and both wing windows was sealed in here with, I don't know what they used. It wasn't proper window weld because it never hardened up. It was like gunky, like sticky rubber butyl, but I literally pressed the window out from the inside. Like, it was so sticky still, it never hardened up like proper window weld does. So what I had to do was I rebuilt the whole seam of this window. I mean, it was just rusted out everywhere. Like, this whole corner was gone. It was gone all through the middle there. That whole side right there was gone. This whole area here was gone, along with all of this metal here. It's all new metal on both sides. This is a whole new piece of metal, new metal there. But what I did was I cut all of the old rust out and all of the stuff, and I cut me 3/4 inch strips. And I used that shrinker and that stretcher, and it was my first time using that as well. So it takes a little while to get used to it, but it actually bends that contour. So, if you look at it, it's not really that much of a contour, but it's just enough that you can't put a straight piece of metal in there. So that shrinker and that stretcher allows you to bend that metal and give you that contour. And, like I said, it's my first time using it, so it's not perfect, but it made the job a lot easier. So I was able to do that. All of this is new metal all the way around. This whole bottom seal is new. I replaced the whole bottom seal. So that shrinker and that stretcher really came in handy. But you see, I rebuilt this window seal as well. This is all weld. It's 2 pieces of metal. I had to rebuild the inside as well because it was all rusted completely through. Welded new metal on the inside, new metal on the outside with a piece of metal sandwiched between them. And I, filled my gap in and welded it all closed and then ground it down. So you got a nice edge here. It's like a factory edge all the way around, because this is the factory here. It's just rolled over and creased together. But of course, I don't have a machine to roll it over and crease and everything, so I had to come up with something. But yeah, I just welded it. So now when you put the new window in, it's gonna butt up against this. It's all flush on the inside as well. It's gonna butt up against that. We're gonna have a professional window dude come, put all the windows back in. But he's not putting the top back on this car. This car is gonna be a hard top. So these little holes and stuff will get filled in, get a nice little skim coat. We just use the Duraglass on the actual metal work because it's a lot stronger then put a light skim coat of mud over it. Car's interior is pretty nice. They're like boat seats. He had them upholstered, had a little console made. He got the matching Dub Baller steering wheel. Had a cool little console built with like a 6.5 and a super tweeter in there. Somebody wrapped the dash. I mean, you know, it's not the best, but you know, it looks clean, whatever. So yeah, this is getting ready to get painted. Working on the Regal. Got our buddy's donk in here. It's got lowered, the new rear end with the lowering springs on it, so it dropped it down. Put all the little fancy dress up kits on the motor, all of that stuff. So it's getting ready to get paint. He got the 26-inch Forgiato wheels for it. The faces on the wheels are gonna get painted. He got the steering wheel to match. The steering wheel is gonna get painted as well. You can see it's all taped up, getting ready to get painted. All of the windows where you see there's no tape, it's gonna be it's like almost like a Bondi Beach blue. I did a little work on the drop top Caprice donk. This on the rotisserie now. I got the other parts car that I told you guys. I finally got it off the frame. So I got the frame, I got the parts car off the frame. Now my next step is to start drilling spot welds and getting all the panels that I need. Because like I told you guys previously, I'm using the trunk floor pan, parts of the inside floor pan, the inner fender wells, maybe the outer and inner fender wells on this car. Hopefully some pieces of the rocker, inner and outer rocker. It's got some rust here on both sides. But you know, little stuff like that I should be able to make. Yeah, but you know, we're making progress. We got a lot going on. We got the whole lot filled up. Just got another Cadillac convertible in. It's getting some it's got some rust underneath of it. Got to build some new body mounts, and it's gonna get painted. It's got a brand new top, just came from the interior shop. Got a drop delta. It's gonna get painted. This Magnum here is getting a Scat Pack swap. 6.4 Hemi motor swapped into that one. That purple Dodge Charger down there, the same thing. It's gonna get a 6.4 Hemi swap in it. So yeah, YouTube, we've been working. I mean, I just ain't had time to make videos. I apologize. I try to keep you guys posted on what's going on, try to show you guys things that I'm working on, and you know, hopefully can help. But I just want to show you guys this Regal, this little engine, the little engine that could. If I get a chance, once I get the floors done, and I'll start it up so you guys can hear it. It whines real loud. That little turbo makes a lot of noise. It sounds pretty good, but you know, like I said, just needs a little work. I appreciate y'all watching, and you know, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys are working on.